Hey guys, welcome back to Puff It Louder, and welcome back to Ace Attorney, Miles Edgeworth. Ooh boy, we have so much to look forward to. We got two dead guys, we got Gumshoe and Francisca on either arm. We basically just have a mess of an investigation to get started on, so let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, let's see, let's look at the bodies first, I suppose. It looks like Mr. Faraday fell on top of Mr. Rell. At first glance, it seems like they must have killed each other, however...
Using logic, the only logical conclusion is... Aha!
Gah, what was that outburst for?
My detective instinct just hit me really hard. It was Mr. Rell that fell first, see?
You don't need a detective's instinct for that, it's common sense. But I suppose we won't know much more than that until after I examine the bodies. I won't rest until I've inspected blah blah blah. Okay, let's look at the blood. Why are there plastic bags scattered all around?
Those bags are for keeping evidence safe, pal.
I know that much, detective.
You sure are good at this stuff, aren't you, pal?
Normally, I'd be happy when somebody compliments me, but when it's this guy... Anyway, could these plastic bags be evidence of a fight between the two men? Maybe it is. He's holding a gun.
Looks like Mr. Faraday died while holding the gun in his right hand.
So he shot Mr. Rell, and then fell on top of him while still gripping onto the gun.
I guess that does seem kinda strange, huh? I mean, why would Mr. Faraday know how to fire a gun?
It's not exactly rocket science, even I know how to pull a trigger. Although, I doubt I'll ever need to use one.
I hope I never have to fire a gun either, pal. But it sure does look cool to hold a gun in your hands.
It appears that the police officer's screening procedures need a thorough review. Anyway, I should jot down some notes about the handgun in Mr. Faraday's hand. Lord. Well, let's see. Oh, his hand, there's something on his hand?
His hand's all black down here, see? I wonder what it could be.
If you look closely, this splotching pattern resembles an ink stain. What the heck?
An ink stain?
Yes, I usually get ink on my own hand when I use my feather pen.
A feather pen? I've never even seen one before. Sure you aren't just making it up, pal?
You've never seen a feather pen before?
Looks like Mr. Rell died with the knife in his hand.
There's some blood stuck on it.
Then he must have used this as a weapon. Yep, no doubt about it.
Was Mr. Faraday carrying this on his personage? Did he bring this as a piece of evidence for the trial? Or did he bring it with a very different intention in mind? I should jot down some notes about it. Well, now I have a knife. Oh, and they just kicked me out. Mr. Rell's cause of death was from being shot, correct?
That's what we think, but it's hard to tell with him lying face down.
Death is bad enough, but it's truly lamentable that someone would try to hide the truth.
Are you sure they were trying to hide something?
I can't confirm Mr. Rell's cause of death with his body positioned like that. Detective Bad, I'd like to examine the bodies in further detail if possible.
What's this? You're not able to form a theory with them the way that they are?
I believe an examination of the bodies is vital to finding the perfect evidence, don't you?
I suppose you do have a point. Well, hurry up and get on with it.
Labby.
Yes, sir. We've taken enough photos of the scene, sir.
And there you have it. Do you not approve?
Of course not. What?
Investigation of a crime scene is the work of a detective, so don't touch a thing. Hey, big fella, turn over the bodies for me, will you?
Okay. Please forgive me, Mr. Faraday, sir.
Gumshoe, do not get emotionally involved. Remember, you're a detective.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
I'm just moving people. Oh my god. They're very dead. Let's just looky. Oh, look, he has a pen. There's something in his breast pocket. It's a fountain pen.
Hey, you know, I always keep a pencil behind my ear. It's because Detective Bad is always telling me, you should always write your name on everything you own.
Yes, somehow you do strike me as quite a forgetful individual. Let's see. Oh god.
There's a knife wound in his chest here, see?
I wonder if the wound matches the knife Mr. Rell is holding. Labby.
Yes, sir. Verifying now, sir.
Make it quick. From the look of things, one could deduce that the knife Mr. Rell was holding is what killed Mr. Faraday. Well, let's look at his bullet wound. Shot in the chest. Shot through the heart! Okay, sorry.
It takes a lot of guts to fire a gun in a courthouse. I mean, I've been a detective for a whole week and I still haven't fired a single round yet.
There aren't any burn marks on his clothes. That must mean...
Wait, burn marks?
A round grows very hot as it is discharged from a firearm. Therefore, burn marks are usually left when a shot is fired from point-blank range. Ergo, Mr. Rell must have been shot from at least a yard or two away. Yikes.
You sure do know a bunch of neat stuff for your age, pal.
Apparently, this detective has as much common knowledge as your everyday marsupial. Common spelled weird. Let us now try to understand how the two men died. First, Mr. Faraday took the gun and the knife out of today's trial evidence. Then, he aimed the gun at Mr. Rell and fired. However, Mr. Rell managed to grab the knife and counter Mr. Faraday while being shot. Then, the two men fell together where they stood. That is my theory, in any case.
What a crazy way to go!
Still, something about that explanation just doesn't seem right. I believe I now have a firmer grasp on what happened here. Okay. Let's look at the plastic bags. I don't know. There are some plastic bags stacked up on the table. There's a tea set too, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of a disturbance.
Yeah, the table's all neat and tidy.
Okay.
Maybe they were super quiet in their scuffle? After all, I didn't hear anything from out in the hallway, you know.
Maybe the plastic bags scattered on the floor are throwing us off? Let's look at the window. The window is open, and there's a fresh, flowery scent in the air.
Ugh, the flowers in the garden down there are so gross and ghastly.
Do you think maybe you could try offering something useful for a change?
Well, at least there's no way someone escaped through this window, pal. They wouldn't wake up and smell the flowers after a fall from the 3rd floor.
Are you willfully ignoring the fact that there are also iron bars on the windows?
Yeah, I guess there's that too. Either way, no one could get through these windows, right?
They thought of everything when they were designing this courthouse. Very nice. TV?
Whoa!
What is it, Detective Gumshoe?
My TV at home is so tiny compared to this one, pal.
Then perhaps you should purchase a more normal-sized television like this one.
Ooh, let me see here. Wow, this thing is huge.
Poke.
Wow! And way too noisy.
You're the noisy one, Scruffy.
Don't touch it. You'll get your fingerprints all over it. But I didn't touch it! Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work.
The foundation, huh? Sounds like something the rookie here needs to shore up on. Rip Gummy. He looks so sad. The TV has been left on.
Why are you looking at me like that? It wasn't me! I didn't touch anything!
Gumshoe, you do know what will happen to you if you touch something again, right?
I won't touch anything! I won't even go anywhere near the TV, sir! And you! Get back to your investigation, alright?
I was planning on doing so anyway. Okay. It looks like the sofa's ready to be disposed of.
It's so soft! I could sleep for all 25 hours of the day on this thing!
There's 24 hours a day, oh no. If only I could dispose of him. Rip. Okay. I guess I could talk to Francisca. Well, let's do logic first. We have a couple things, right? A neat and tidy table and plastic bags is the first thing. Why is it so tidy if there's plastic bags everywhere? Plastic, blah. There's a very tidy pile of plastic bags on the table. And yet, a portion of them wound up scattered on the floor as well. It's not likely that the ones on the floor were knocked over during a struggle. In which case, might there not be another explanation as to how they got there?
Another reason?
I believe it's possible that the blood on the outside of the bag is related somehow.
Please get that blood away from me, pal.
Detective Gumshoe, whose blood is on this bag?
Hold on, let me ask the lab guy.
Alright, please hurry.
Wait till you get a load of this, pal! It's Mr. Faraday's! Oh, and the technician said that they didn't find anything on or in the bag either.
It would appear that this bag is a very important piece of evidence.
Okay, if you say so, I'll leave it in your hands, pal.
Okay, thanks. I'm guessing the fountain... No. The fountain pen and the ink stain should go together, obviously, because he was writing with the fountain pen. That splotch on Mr. Faraday's hand. I wonder if it might be the ink from his fountain pen.
Ooh, let's ask the lab guy.
Gumshoe.
Detective Gumshoe! I confirm that the substance on Mr. Faraday's hand is the ink from his fountain pen, whatever. I see. Good work. You know, I've always wanted to say that, even if it was just one time in my life.
Even if it was just one time, whatever. If Mr. Faraday wrote with his fountain pen in his left hand, I think it fair to assume he was left-handed. It appears that Mr. Faraday's pen is very important to our case as well.
Okay, if you say so, pal.
Well, that's good. Oh, and they shoved me.
I guess there's not much left else to investigate, huh? They really did kill each other.
No, we can't conclude that quite yet. Indeed. There's still something I find very peculiar here. The theory that they simply killed one another is too simplistic in this case. In fact, there's actually a contradiction that shows that there's another possibility.
No way! Really, pal?
I suppose I will just have to show you the conflict in this crime scene. I won't rest. Okay. Let me look at my organizer. I don't know what I'm doing. Not that. I was on Harl, guard duty. Why? Knife. Crime scene notes. Discovered. He died of. Oh, you know what? Can you shoot a gun if you're... Hold on. I've shot a gun before. This is a random fact about me. I've shot a gun before. I went to a gun range. My friends showed me how to use it and stuff. It was in a completely safe environment. I was not wildly shooting stuff. It was probably one of the scariest moments of my life. But I'm left-handed, and I think I have to shoot with my left. So why is he holding the gun in his right hand if he's left-handed? I mean, maybe he's ambidextrous. I don't know. We'll just try that. Let's try that. I think it's this. Wait. How do I deduce? Oh, here we go. And then I think it's because he's left-handed. Wait, does it say that he's left-handed here? La la la. No, it doesn't. Where's his... Is it this? No. This should be his fountain pen, because he's left-handed. Go! Eureka! Now we've come face to face with the contradiction I spoke of, and it is this. Mr. Faraday used his left hand to write with his fountain pen. Ergo, he is left-handed. And yet, the handgun is in his right hand. Don't you find it odd that their left-handed Mr. Faraday would hold the gun in his right hand? That, lady and gentlemen, is the great contradiction haunting this crime scene.
Hey, you're right, pal. That does seem kind of strange. But how could something like that happen?
The facts add up to one conclusion and one alone. Someone else put the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand after he died.
Someone else?
Plastic bags scattered on the floor and a gun in the wrong hand. I sense the presence of a shadowy figure behind this case. A person of vile intent who is serious about keeping the truth from us. Yay! Investigation complete. Well, we're still in this room. I need to come up with a better voice for him. Here's the autopsy report.
It is probable that Mr. Rell survived for a short period after he was shot. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously from his stabbing. Interesting.
Okay.
It looks like we now know everything we need to know about this case.
Are you sure we know everything?
Of course! The incident began with Mr. Faraday attempting to get his revenge. The prosecutor went into the rage from being accused and tried to kill the defendant. But the defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. Ta-da! It's all very clear and simple. There's absolutely no margin for doubt.
Do you really believe that to be the truth?
Ha! Are you saying that just because I figured it out, the truth before you, that you don't want to believe it's true? It's alright. If you disagree with my argument, then prove me wrong. Well, if there are any contradictions to be found, that is.
Don't worry, I will. Well, and now we're in an argument. Great. What happened? What happened? Oh my god. Oh, I have a video to show you guys. And maybe I'll put the link below. Just watch one of the parts. It's so great.
Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, while Mr. Rell survived for a short period of time. From this, it is obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rell. And Mr. Rell, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of this case.
Okay, Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, therefore he must have attacked first. Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show her that she's wrong. In that case, I should first look for any holes in her theory. And we are gonna stop here. Beautiful Francisca. Oh my goodness. Good lord. Well, God. Anyways, what I was trying to say before was there's a video of Mickey Mouse. It's like some old Mickey Mouse thing. And Minnie like trips on a rock or something, and Mickey runs over and he's like, "What happened?" Like, it's supposed to not be funny, but it's so funny because that's all I can hear. It's just, "What happened?" Like every time. Anyways, that was the worst explanation of this video, and we will see next time what is wrong with Francisca's argument. Oh my god, this is the worst closing ever. Woo!